Okay, give me a minute. Hello, everybody. I want to make sure that this thing is on. Yep, okay, it's all the way up. Good. Um, Hello, everybody. It's been a while. But I still don't have any subs, so I had to take a little break and I had to cancel my original YouTube premium because I was trying to get a student discount that I ended up not qualifying for, sadly, because Stratford is not, Career Institute is not considered a college that is acknowledged because they send me, they send all my materials to me. They send me my books. They send me my tests, my exam pages. It's like a little over $30 a month is what I'm paying for the course. And the course, I think the full amount of it is like over $600. So it's an auto thing that they do every month and that I have given them permission to do. So my question is this: exactly does YouTube Premium get me? Well, I don't know yet because so far I've just been, for a while there, I know I was doing some live streams pretty accurate, pretty frequent rather. But then I suddenly stopped. So people might have been going, "Where'd she go? What happened?" And while I'm still new at this in the sense that what is considered good content? How do I get subs to my channel? How do I get people to my channel? Right now, the only ones that I feel even halfway safe inviting, no offense to any of you out there that hopefully that are paranormal investigators that I sub for on their channels. So I left some comments on a couple of their channels today and said, hey, could you please do the same for me? Because the chat's not even activated over here. So I'm live, but I'm not live, and I know like one of the drawbacks is going to be the trolls. I can say no trolls, please, but that doesn't mean that some of the people that somebody sends to me won't become trolls. So I've been, I've been giving it a lot of thought, and I've been, trying to do some more positive things, in my life too, to better myself, like getting my study habit reactivated, where, like a couple times a week, like 2 days a week, I go to a local library near me and I give myself 3 hours each day to read through my Stratford material, do my exams, and then when I come home, so I don't have to drag around a bulky laptop to get my grade immediately. Once I get home and the day is done, then I get on the website, I do the exam, I transfer the answers to the electronic version and hit submit, and it gives me my grade. So I'm playing around, with any of you that have seen any of my other videos thus far. I've been playing around with some different things that I would like to do on the channel to hopefully help to draw people in, maybe get me some donations going, so that I can get some better equipment, so that, like right now, my main focus for donations, honestly, would be to get money to fix my car. It's still running, but like we're going to be putting 4 rotors on it here soon. Hopefully next week sometime. A friend said, yeah, bring it by the shop and we'll do it for you. And, all you have to do is bring us some pop and, maybe something to eat and we're good. That's considered payment for now because, we're all struggling, or at least a lot of us are. Big shout out to all the people that I have subbed for, that I do sub for, all the paranormal channels. So show me some love, hit the like button, hit the bell icon so you'll get notified as well when I have new videos come up, because as you know, there can be periods of weeks before a video even gets put on here because our lives are busy, chaotic, and just a mess sometimes. So I decided one of the things to try, just to see if I get some positive feedback about it, and if people like it, then I'll keep doing it. And if I get, like, let's say 100 likes, then I will know that people want me to keep doing it, and I'll keep doing it. I decided today was going to be angelic messages from a deck of cards that I have, but that's all I will say about them. And I wrote down kind of like the abbreviated version of what they say, trying to kind of with each one put my own like additional bent on it, meaning add to it that, okay, this is what it says for the card, but this is my take on it, and this is how I'm kind of taking the two and combining them, and hopefully, I'm not committing copyright infringement in doing so. First card, Third Eye Chakra. It is safe for you to see the energy of love in all of its forms, such as angels, auras, and visions. Okay, now, where did I just put it back here? Angels, auras, and visions. All of which I do have. I'll do this way so people can see me and they're not seeing a freaking notebook in their face. Okay. Third Eye Chakra. My take on it is that I have been currently trying to develop mine better. And I'm trying to set up some type of a schedule of some sort where I do a daily meditation. And I've also been, changing things up by thinking about what I want my live stream to be about and write it down before I actually do it. So that gives me a focal point. On a personal note, I've been trying to do what I call is bit cleaning around here. I'll go ahead and take my glasses off because I know I can see there's a glare from something, so I don't really need them on when I only need them when I'm reading. I haven't written any more of one of my other books that I hope to transfer at some point into an ebook and have it on Amazon and be able to, make some money that way. Second card, you are a powerful light worker. That would be me. It is safe, for you to be powerful. Your spiritual power brings great blessings in loving service to the divine. I try to help everybody that I can reasonably help. But sometimes there are days when, you barely have the energy to help yourself. There's times when, months have actually gone by and I haven't gone over to my mom's because the pain that I experience emotionally, mentally, and sometimes physically when I go over there is just the infighting. 3 members of my family that are living together right now. I won't give any names because on the off chance that one of them should see this video one day, I don't want them getting mad at me for it, getting pissed off at me for it, because I don't mean it in a hurtful way. I even finally went to my mom after probably a month or 2 maybe of just not going, not texting, not calling, nothing, because I was just so beat down with everything that I was trying to do, and it's like I was trying to do it all in one day, and I just didn't have the strength and energy to do that, so I took a break. I've been doing the bit cleaning around here to help my self-esteem, to get me up and moving around, to get some stuff thrown away, to help cleanse the negative energy out of here, because, I finally did find my burning charcoals, but I have very, very little sage left. So I'm trying to not go through it before I can get another, and it's looking like I'm not going to be able to get me another white sage smudge stick until I get my August check, which is still a couple of weeks away yet. Third and final card for the day. Now, this doesn't by no means mean that I'm going to do 3 cards a day. This is just something, it's an experiment I'm trying out to see if I get any likes. Vegetarian vegan. Fresh organic fruits and vegetables give you a boost of high life force energy, which elevates your spiritual frequency. Right now, the bit cleaning is doing exactly that for me. It is helping me to develop my higher life force energy and spiritual frequency. Let's see. Eating healthier, drinking healthier, being more active during the day, going to bed, shifting, changing my sleep schedule so that I'm up at 5:30 and I'm like, hey, I'm awake. But sometimes when I've only had 5 hours of sleep, and which this is one of those cases, I was literally up at 5:30 this morning, only got 5 hours of sleep, and got eaten alive by bed bugs all night. I've got like 20 or more bites on my leg alone, and they seem to fancy the left one because that's where the side of the bed is, and that's where they hide, and that's where they're breeding, and that whole horrible mess. So it's not like I'm ever going to be able to. I don't even want friends to come over here because, one, the place is too clusterfucked. There's too much stuff here yet. I'm working on it. I'm going to keep working on it until I, get it dwindled down little by little. But if I'm going to do it in a scheduled format, then that means I'm going to try to do at least a little bit each day for the next 3 days. And then come Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to be, taking a break. And just those will be my play days to like go to the mall if I decide, or go to Barnes and Noble somewhere at one of their locations and just grab a book off the shelf, sit down and read it. Once I have my check, I want to get that craft book. I'm hoping it'll wait for me at Barnes and Noble, but as a backup plan, I'm going to try to find it at a half price books too, and hope that I get lucky somehow, or find it on Amazon for real cheap and put it on my wish list, which I will try to remember to do here whenever I decide this live stream is done. So I'm back to, the live stream premium. I didn't qualify for the student declination of, it would have dropped it down to like $5.99 a month or something like that. But because Stratford isn't recognized as a university or as a college, even though it is, it's just that you do everything through the mail. So the only thing it came up with was Stratford something or another in Phoenix, Arizona. No, I'm not in Phoenix, Arizona, folks. I'm in Columbus, Ohio. And that's about all I'm going to say. That's a very vague. Columbus, Ohio is a big area. I'm sorry that there's not such a flattering background behind me or anything yet, but I don't have any props, folks. I don't have any room for any. I could walk around the house probably in different rooms and, just to give people a different view, but I don't want people to see my house. It's like, what's the point in that? Especially with it being as messy as it is right now, and it's messier than I like. I know it's causing a lot of stress in me, so I can imagine it's not fun for Chris either. But, I'm trying, guys. That's all I can do. I'm trying. I want to be able to, get me some, subscribers for my channel. Experimenting with some different things on here because I made a nice long list of some things that I'd like to do. And while I'm thinking about it, I also wanted to let people know that in a future video, which I will not give the date of right now because I don't know how soon I'm going to be able to do it. I'm going to reactivate an old phone of mine. And that number I will put on here on a live stream. And that is only for customers who want me to do something paranormal related. I do have a diploma in parapsychology and astrology, and I got it through Stratford. I'm still doing my beauty care course. That's taken up a lot of my time. I'm trying to fit in my Avon skill thing that I'm trying to do on my Avon site. I am an Avon representative, but I don't have any customers, and I don't want it to just lie dead in the water like every time when I've tried to do it, and then just end up not making any money because I can't afford to travel. I can't afford to get out there and find some areas where maybe it's not too far from home, and it don't take me too long to get there, and it don't take a lot of gas. I think between 1 and 3 miles, no more than 5, I would possibly be willing to drive to meet somebody at a public place if they just wanted to do the reading in person, but I'm not doing that without backup, folks. There's a lot of cray-crays out there, and I'm not saying that anyone is, but you never know when they're going to come, and then suddenly they just do, and then what? Am I going to show up at this place by myself? No. because that's why I figure, hey, if I give the phone number and I let people know that I will get it on here, but not until after I have activated the phone and after I have figured out if I can even fit that into my budget right now. So it might not be anytime soon, or I might do it with my August check. I haven't really fully decided yet. I'm playing around with options. It's looking like Ravenwood is put on hold until probably sometime in September, and our daughter will be back from camp by then, and we're going to try to set it up to where the three of us can go to and have one of the cabins for 2 nights or something. But that's going to require over $200 just to do that. And the cabins are the cheapest, among the cheapest that you can get, because they're like $139 a night. So, they take half of that out, as I've explained before, when you first book the room, and then they take the other half the day of check-in, when you literally go to check-in. You can't check in until after 3 p.m. You can go early, which I did with the Rapunzel Tower when I was in there. That footage is on my tablet, and I have not gotten it even transferred onto my laptop yet, and I also have some Canon footage from my crowning ceremony, which I would like to share on my channel with, other like new witches out there. I'm not new. I've been doing it for 37 years. Somehow I got my brain wires crossed and thought that it had only been like 32 years I'd been doing it, but then I thought, wait a minute, no, I'm 50, and then I thought back to, okay, let's take 13 from 50, what does that leave? 37. So 37 years ago, roundabouts, the Halloween of my 13th year, I came into my power, and I knew what to do, I knew how to do it, I knew what type of ceremony, and I just completely did it, made it up, did it as I went, and it worked, but I almost burnt my room down. And yeah, that was funny, I can laugh about it now, but back then it wasn't funny because I was really mad at myself because I had ruined that table, and I ended up losing both of them. And I've never seen any like them since, because they were just little plastic tables, probably no wider than this and about yay high, and they would stack perfectly one on top of the other. They would fit in the 4 corners. You could literally make a shelf out of them, and that's kind of what I did. I just got my hair up. I haven't cut it or anything. It's too hot in this upstairs apartment. And yes, I have a bit of OCD that I have developed from living with somebody for 12 years that's OCD. So I keep, fixing my necklaces when they start going all wonky on me. This is one that I haven't worn in a while. It's a crescent and a full moon pendant kind of thing. I got it from Hot Topic a while back, but it's got this cheap metal stuff, and this is the plated metal, and it turns my skin green, so I can't wear it very often. But I think I might end up trying to make me some chokers or something that I can, when I put this on, I can put it over top of the choker, and then not as much of it is going to be touching my skin and turning it green and making it itch and making it hurt when I try to scratch it. This is a glass pendant. I don't know how well anybody can see it, and I don't know how close I can get it up to the thing, but it's a special pendant that I got from a special paranormal site that I frequent, but I'm not going to be frequenting anytime soon because I can't afford it. I am, as it is right now, I'm still trying to figure out how to live on a budget of $250 a month. And that's not including all the cash items that you have to get after the rent and bills are paid and taken care of. So I need those subs, I need those donations, I need to figure out how to get chat set up over here. It's something I'm going to have to pay extra for. I was hoping that it would be covered in YouTube Premium. I read some of the YouTube Premium information and everything, trying to get familiar with how things work on here. But if it's an additional expense, then I'm not going to be able to do it right now. So I don't know how much longer it's going to be, or if ever, that I'm going to be able to finally figure out either how to do it myself or find me a geeky friend that will have no problem helping me figure out how to do it, that knows how to do it themselves. My husband don't have the patience, he don't have the time, he don't have the, he's doing his own stuff on his computer, and, I'm doing my own thing on mine. But this thing only has a 3-hour battery life, so we'll see if I manage to be on here for 3 hours, but I don't know, I doubt it. Picked up another interesting book recently, and all I will say is it has to do with nightmares and helping you to understand them and see them for the blessings in disguise that they actually are. That even though they appear like scary monsters, they're actually you. It's a version of yourself trying to get your attention and go, we need to deal with this. Okay, this is it's still a problem. We need to make it go away. It's stressing you out. It's aging you beyond your years. Stress. I mean, think about all the things that it can do to people. It's not. It can kill you. It can literally make some get so fed up with life that they just take a gun to their head and it's done. That's it. Been there, done that. Tried it. Didn't like it. Got the T-shirt. Went home. Burn it. Because that's the cheater way out. That's the coward way out, and I'm not a coward. But I'm also trying to prepare myself for whenever I do, start getting, like, if I can figure out how to get the chat going and, I start getting some subs and people start subbing on my channel like I've been doing for theirs. It's like, hey, you say, show this person some love, show this person some love. Well, then you need to give some to me because I'm already showing it to you guys, and I'm not asking for any money per se, but the donations would be helpful right now because I need them to fix things on the car that goes beyond just getting the rotors replaced. So, it's a 2005, I'm not of the ability to, or the financial means right now to even think about trading it in. I mean, Chris is getting ready to make the last car payment on it that I tried to make, but then we ended up using the money for something else that we needed, some other cash related items like at the store, cat litter, cat food, toilet paper, that kind of thing. And I was like, I will still do it, if you want me to, because I did commit to that and I did say that I was going to do it. But, if you want to go ahead and pay it, okay, I'm sorry I tried, I'm sorry I failed. But, I've got my own, my plate is full. I'm trying to, do better on my YouTube channel. I'm trying to get good content on here. I'm trying to get subs. I'm trying to get positive feedback, from people that saying, hey, I watched that one video and it really helped me out. Thanks. That's all I want. I mean, that's enough recognition for me. But the donations are only required at this point, at least, because, I'm not in this for the money. It may sound like it, but I'm really not. I try and try every single month to make this $250 life budget work, and it just isn't. So that means I'm going to have to find other ways to bring in that money that isn't going to come back later and bite me in the ass because SSI finds out about it or whatever, and then they start yanking it out of my check. Because otherwise they consider that I'm stealing the money from the government. Ooh! Well, they deserve it. How much have they done for the country? Not a whole lot. They are good at, causing a freaking chaotic BS mess, but how is that benefiting anyone? So anyway, I'm trying to get the Nightmare book. I'm trying to read a little bit of it each day, fitting that into my daily itinerary, or itinerary. I say it my own way. I've got my Hecate devotional here that, each day, even if I only do one devotional, I just, do one. Hecate understands, she gets it. She knows that things are kind of crazy right now, and, cost of living's going up. Our rent has been raised $40 more, so that means I'm going to have to compensate for that $40 and figure out, okay, what else am I going to have to sacrifice? And, watch that $250 dwindle a little bit more, and then I'm right back to, I'm broke within the first couple of days, and that don't work. I've got to make it stretch. I've got to make it last. I've got to increase it somehow, and right now this is one of the few avenues that I have that I can possibly do that. And I am trying to pay it back or pay it forward by, people that come along and that sub for me, or that, become fans of my channel. Then, and I know that I've helped some people, then okay, well, my work is done, and I'm just happy with that. But yeah, I mean, I could use some help. I could use some donations, because the money's just not there. It's the only car I have. My heart absolutely goes out to those of us that don't even have a car, that are living on the streets. Like, there's this one young couple that lives around here, and they literally pretty much, they live on the streets, and they're both crackheads. And it's heartbreaking to see. You can't do anything to stop it. You can't tell them to stop doing it. They're adults. They can do whatever they want. And I would hate to see another couple be taken, 2 more innocent lives taken, because whatever circumstances in their lives got them put on the street in the first place, is just rearing its ugly head and going, "Ha ha, you thought I left, didn't you?" As the holidays approach, I might at some point take these items behind me here, and just for a change of, something different, maybe start rotating it with some, decorations or something that I make. Especially if I could do some Halloween ones, because I've got this cute little book that it shows you, like, you can do these projects with your kids. They're real easy. They're low budget. If you got $40 to spend, you can go to Michael's and, grab some materials and do it. But because this book, it doesn't have the materials come with it. No materials come with it. You have to buy them, but it shows you what to buy, and it shows you how to assemble it. Like, one of the first things in the book is a Halloween wreath that I would absolutely love to do. And you have to take like a half circle of styrofoam that you get from a store, a hobby craft store like Michael's. And you get like these, you either make them, or you can buy some of them already made, or you can just get creative and just find some little Halloween figurines that you can glue to it. Make it uniquely your own. And then hang that up behind me, and then take this stuff down, and, just rotate some stuff. So it's not like the same thing every time. And it gives people at least something different to look at. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Do I want to? Okay, the tarot readings. If I can get 100 likes from some people and get some subs that will be like, yeah, that sounds great, then I'll be like, okay, leave me your name, or leave me a comment and say, hey, Janet, it's me, for when it's one of my friends that, I consider friends and family. Like my one friend, Vicky, she's in, what is it? She's in North Carolina. And she is living on Myrtle Beach, in that area. So I'm jealous. And she's like, well, don't, it's not like we have a real expensive house. Our place is tiny. And, all the kids and just all the family members that she has now, all the people that have died, that the last time I saw her, they were all still living. But she, I think at least, has seen some of my videos. I know my friend Jay, he did sub. He's one of my subs on this channel, but as far as I know, he's still, to date, he's the only one. And that's very hurtful to me. And, I don't know to get people to my channel and to start getting subs and getting, positive feedback, like I've said. And, yeah, donations. But I am not just doing it for the money. I'm not in it just for the money. I am asking for it because I really, truly need it right now. A lot of us are struggling, and like $20 sometimes. It's like, imagine trying to live on $20 for a week. How the hell do you do that nowadays? You don't. And at least not that I've been able to pull off, but I hadn't done a live stream in a while, so I wanted to do one, but I wanted to try to, put some decent content on here. And hopefully here soon I will finally feel up to doing it when I get enough of my bit cleaning done the rest of this week, like maybe Saturday. I'll do another video, I'll do another live stream, and by then I will have some things prepared that I can do. And it's like, okay, today my channel is going to be about this. Today we're going to cover this topic. And I know that I'm not the only witch out there either. So, but you know, if some fellow witches would come along and join me, that would be awesome. It's 9:30 in the morning. Right now I'm trying to decide if I want to go lay back down for a few hours or if I want to try and stay up a little bit longer and then just, like, you know, take a nap later or something, you know, sleep a couple of hours, and then I should be good. At least better than I am right now, because I feel like I'm like borderline, you know, sleepy and fighting the sleepies. So, but I don't want to have, you know, a bunch of boring content on here either, and I've only been on here a little over 30 minutes, so what else is going on? Let's see. Got the space in front of my altar cleaned recently. That was an achievement that boosted my self-esteem a little bit. I got some things done in the bedroom the other day. Same thing. Right now, I am, for the rest of this week, I am going to be focusing on cleaning the living room sectionally, going through stuff, throwing stuff away that there's just really no reason for me to keep anymore. Maybe drag some stuff downstairs and see if I can find some place to stuff it. But in so doing, even if I don't find a place to stuff it down there, I'm hoping it'll finally motivate me by going down there to finally sit and start sorting through some stuff down there and throwing away some stuff that is ruined, that is just not being used. It's just sitting around collecting dust. I want to find, you know, I've got like a crap ton of flower pots down there somewhere, I think. So I want to find those and, you know, probably get rid of all of them, but maybe a handful, and hopefully find some other deeper, wider sizes than what I've been able to produce so far. And my brother is going to transplant a marigold for me into one, but he wants it to be a bigger pot than what he's got it in now. And he wants to keep it for a while until he himself can see that it's flourishing and growing and doing well. It's like, oh, okay, so you can transplant it. I give you the rest of my dirt because it's sitting around here not being used. I'm trying to help you out, trying to give you some extra, and you can't just put it in a pot and give it to me and let me just bring it home and set it in the garden. I will just sit it in the garden on the surface. You know, I mean, or who's to say that I couldn't maybe possibly, once the roots start growing through the bottom, I would just get my my little gardening shears and just clip out the bottom. You know, make sure if it's one of those, like, make sure it's one of those flimsier type of plastic pots that I can sacrifice. You know, as if it was the little starter ones that you can get where there's like 6 of them, and then they're about that deep. You know, and then you can put like those little round disc things in it that you put a few drops of water on and they expand. It's a type of I call them mulch pellets, and then they will have the nutrients and stuff to get the seedlings started. But because there is really no ideal way, because I've tried it and then I had to take it down, and I am not about to put it outside because somebody would destroy it, especially that this one punk around here that isn't even supposed to be anywhere near this building anymore. His name's Kenai. He's a little thieving jerk, and he actually bit his uncle who lives in the building, supposedly, so Jen says, but I don't know, because Jen's a little cray-cray, and I feel really bad for the girl. I mean, she's 41 years old. She doesn't have really a friend in the world. Nobody can deal with her. Nobody can be around her for long before they feel like they're going cuckoo, because she can't help the way she is. She is a non-functioning autistic, but that doesn't make her a bad person. Is she out of touch with reality? Yes. Can she not differentiate reality from shit that she's making up in her head? No, she can't. She can't even cook for herself. She can't even go down and smoke a cigarette on the back porch without having her mom up her butt, meaning her mom's got to be right there with her because, oh my God, somebody's going to come up to the back porch and kidnap me because I'm out there smoking a cigarette. She's not mentally right in the head. And it may sound like I'm judging her harshly, but I'm really not. It's just, I know it's not her fault. I don't blame her for the way she is. I'm just trying to be some kind of friend to somebody that nobody else wants anything to do with. And there's how many people like that in the world? How many homeless people that a lot of them, they just want somebody to care. They just want somebody to come along and say, hey, here you go. I brought you some food. I brought you some water. Here's you a couple of smokes, I don't know what got you in your current situation. I don't know why you're on the streets. This is just my way of trying to help you out, trying to pay forward and be thankful for everything that I have every day, because those who appreciate all that they have, however great or small, will be blessed with more. Those who do not appreciate what they have will lose everything. Everything will be taken away. You don't walk up to the goddess and hand her a gift and then turn right around and take it back. You don't deny her when she wants to give you one, because it's a blessing. It's like it's her way of showing love. And I'm okay with that. I don't know if that makes me a Hecatite witch or what exactly makes me a Hecatite witch, but I am a Hecate follower. I have devoted the next 7 years of my life to her, and I try to stay connected with her by, reading my devotional every day. And, reading my nightmare book so that I have a better understanding of nightmares, so that I can see them for the messages, the hidden messages they are, and not for the scary monsters that I dress up in costume, because it's the only way to get my attention, which is my subconscious, my higher self, my wiser self going, hey, you listening now? Or, tapping me on the shoulder. If you want positive change in your life, be the change. Whatever that means. If that means going and taking your neighbor to the store because it's hot out and it's dangerous for anybody to be out walking in it, you've got a nice air-conditioned car, it's like, give me a couple bucks for gas and I'll take you, but don't expect it all the time. Don't expect it all the time. Don't expect it every day, because I have a life. And I'm sorry that you don't have one, and I'm mostly referring to those that I have helped that has taken advantage of it in the past and basically threw it back in my face in a very disrespectful, unappreciative way by just being a jerk. And it's like, oh, that's the thanks I get for helping you out. Okay, I'll remember that the next time you need help, and then I'll be like, nah, don't come here, because I'm all out of help. I'm not going to give help where it's not appreciated. I'm not going to give advice and then somebody use it against me or twist it around and make it like I said this or I did that, and it's not true. So I will definitely try to do a live stream on here for Lunasaw. I will be seeing Winding Road Coven here on the 26th when they celebrate Jay's birthday, however many of them show up. And I will be one of them, and I will talk to them and say, hey, what are we doing for Lunasaw? It's August 1st. Do we have a date yet of when we can all get together, or the most of us can get together? Is it going to be on the 1st? Is it going to be on the 3rd? Is it going to be the weekend before, or what? Give me some feedback here so I can put it in my schedule, so I don't run around, do a bunch of other things, and then forget about ritual, and then I don't make it, and then I regret it afterwards, because I'm like, oh man, I really wanted to go to that. I still haven't made it to this one guy's house. He does a Sunday kind of a prayer type group, but he's universal. He's not opposed to witches, or he wouldn't have showed up at the shop and did a workshop there with this other guy that's a roommate of his, and that's just one roommate. But like-minded, open-minded, paranormal, universal, whatever. Yeah, we're okay with you being a witch. We have our own take on things, and so do you. Let's get together and make this work, make it happen. Uh, One of the things that I have found that has helped me is I do what I call my list of 5. And this is 5 tasks that I give myself to do um, on, any given day whenever I feel, I have enough energy to do it. And as I complete each one, I mark it off. And if I get all 5 of them done, then I figure out a way to reward myself in the end, which the reward thing's down there. It's like reward of my choosing. So then I look at it and I go, okay, what's going to be my reward today? And on the back, I wrote me down a list, a long list of what am I going to do on my YouTube channel today. Use the angel deck, I did that. Message of peace, I did that. Haven't done the tarot readings yet. I won't be able to do that until I reactivate the number. Went to one of the paranormal channels. It was Omar Gosh TV or whatever, and did a comment and said, hey, how about you guys show me some love? It's my turn. Send me some subs. Send me some fans, and send me some geek nerds that can help me figure out and that would gladly enjoy the project of helping me figure out how to better utilize my YouTube Premium. Use it to the fullest of my ability to do so. Just going through my list to see what is good content, how to get people to my channel, how do I get donations started. I've got the hobby and crafts listed on here, but I'm not going to check mark that one off until I actually do it. And I won't do that until it's closer to Halloween, and this is only July, so August, September, October, 3 months from now. So probably maybe around October 1st, if I'm available and free that day, then I'll get that book out, and I will make a list, and I'll do like 2 or 3 projects, and then I'll go to Michael's and hobby and crafts and get the items that I need, and then come home and make them. And this thing's lagging for some reason. I don't know why. Because I'm like seeing it's like delayed. How much it's letting me talk, and it's like I'm out of sync with. Yeah, so I don't know. I hope everything's okay. I hope the volume's okay on this and everything. If it's not, I apologize. I also wanted to put on here with this live stream that I have not forgotten about Moonville Tunnel. I am still going to do that. I am going to plan on trying to do that when we go in September to Ravenwood, if we do. Let people know also that, my camera, like so many others that like this one paranormal investigator named Joe that I watch, that I subscribe to his channel. He goes and does these 30-minute challenges alone in a haunted place for at 3 a.m. And I really support their channel. So now I'm asking for that same support, and any skills or anything or ability they have to help me learn how to use this YouTube channel more efficiently, and some suggestions they can give me. Anyway, he has hit the camera that he uses for his live streams or whatever, for his challenges, shut off after 30 minutes. So you have 30-minute intervals, and my little tiny Canon camera, that's exactly what it does. It has 30 minutes of video footage, and then it'll just shut itself off. So I have to restart it, and then I have to pick up where it left off, and sometimes if I don't catch it quickly enough, then I will miss. It's like, oh crap, I missed it because I wasn't paying attention or whatever, and it's been off for 30 minutes, and I've been talking for 60. Talking. I guess that's a combination of trying to talk and walk. Walk my talk. There we go. So, I'm trying some new things, and that's really all that I can do at this point. I asked Hecate I did a prayer to her. Says, now Hecate, my dark mother, please bless me with subscribers to my channel, to my YouTube, and only send the supportive, friendly ones, no trolls. And I trust that Hecate will do her very best. But I also need to keep in mind that when and if the trolls do show up, handle them accordingly, and don't let them get to me, and just block them. You know, if I can get some subs in here, I mean, and they will be able to commit themselves to it, I will make them moderators for my channel. So, and yes, you know, I'm just wearing kind of a loose house dress of mine today, because even with 2 tower fans in the apartment going and the air conditioner in the bedroom and the door open, it's just still not as cool in here as I would like. And this is just the best that I'm going to get right now. So I end up having to change outfits like several times a day, because one gets so wet from sweat, you know, and I'm constantly, you know, you'll see me moving around a lot and scratching, and because these fucking bed bugs, you know. And so the only way that I'm going to finally be rid of them once and for all is I'm going to have to get, you know, just start clearing this stuff out of here and start getting these walls exposed the way they need to be, and stop giving them places to hide. Stop giving them shit to hide in. You got to be careful how many pictures and stuff you put on the walls, because they can hide behind those. I've seen it. I would like to do a heat treatment in our apartment again, but then we'd have to take the cats and we'd have to go somewhere, you know, keep them out of the house somehow, you know, while Chris is in here running the fucking heater jet thingies and getting this place up to 120 degrees so it kills hopefully all of them. But when they have hiding places, who's to say, especially if it's in clothing, who's to say that that won't act as a blanket to shield them from being able to be killed? So, and a lot of the itching too is just from sweating, because it's too hot in here. And I don't know if any of you can see like the shiny spots in my face, but that's just from my sweating. And because this thing is lagging, you know, I might just go ahead and cut this one off for now, because I've got some more cleaning to do yet, and some more sorting, and some more throwing away of things. And I got my 5 things done, so now I'm going to decide what my reward to myself is going to be. And I might just, you know, decide to read a little bit on my tablet, because right now I'm in book 3 of the Casey Palmer series, which is by Karen Chance. And because of a single bookmark called Brave the Tempest, I got this from Marcon last year. Chris got it for me. He brought it home in the goodie bag that we got. Next year, I'm going to do registration with him, because now that we have a car, we'll be able to go home each night, and then that way the cats will only be away from them for a few hours a day. And I want to give the registration a try before I decide if I like it or if I don't like it, instead of assuming, oh, I don't think I'm going to like it. Just do it to learn the skill of it. And then if I decide, okay, yeah, I don't really care for registration, yeah, I know how to do it. If we get in a crunch and they need somebody and they don't have anybody else, and I have, you know, some free time, then I'll try to help out. But one of the backup plans I have for something, a department that I would like to try my hand at is, I don't know if they call it the costume department or the art department or what, but I think there's only like one lady, at least that I know of right now, that is doing that, and it's theatrical stuff, and it has to do with costumes. So hey, sign me up, because that's something that I know I would enjoy. But I told Chris that I would give a go at the registration, and I will do that. But the year after, I want to try something else. Even if I do registration and I ace it, doesn't mean that I'm going to want to suddenly sign up and do it every year. Each year, I want to do a different department, to where until I've done them all, we have to work 4 years straight in a row before they will give us the authority, privilege, and duty, or whatever, option of having our own panels. Now, when those things happen, when those things come on, then yeah, that's probably when I'm going to start breaking out the tarot cards. I'll bring a handful of my books with me and say, hey, you know, this panel is just going to be me reading from some magic books that I have accumulated over the years, in the hopes that, you know, it will inspire some people to do the same. And this thing is dimming. The light is dimming on it, so it's probably getting ready to die on me. I hope not. But this is on battery power right now, and it only lasts on battery power about 3 hours. And then usually what will happen when the battery's getting to that point that it's about to die, a screen will pop up across here and say, plug it in. So I don't want that to happen while I'm in the middle of a live stream. I mean, the most I can do is click on OK and then just, okay, wrap it up, and then try to get myself off here, and so that I can do that, because I don't want it to cut me off mid live stream. Because I'm probably not going to be able to do any paranormal investigations myself, where I actually go on the road and travel to some haunted places around my area. This is all I've got. I can share my stories, ghost encounters that I've had, but as far as showing any video footage that's even remotely close to what I experienced, it ain't happening. I can't go back in the past and do that. I wish I could, but for now, I'm just kind of, I'm just trying some different things, and hopefully I will find a few things that I do on here that, it does finally get people to start coming and checking out my videos, and smash that like button, hit the bell icon, subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe to my channel or, anybody else's, but yes, the donations help, because part of the donations, I can already tell you, I will end up using towards paying my premium, keeping my premium paid. So much to the point that I might even get a separate card and just put only my YouTube premium on it, and then give them a totally different card number and everything, and say, this is only for my YouTube donations. I want the money from my donations to go into my PayPal for the YouTube, for my channel, and then figure out how to extract the money onto a card so that we will have that little bit of extra cash, like even an extra 200 right now. If I can manage to produce an extra 200 for myself, that would at least be more than half of my check back of the very little that I get as it is. So, see, I've been on here 51 minutes. I don't know if I'm gonna, do I want to keep going, or do I want to cut this thing off and go get me something more substantial to eat, for one, and maybe, just give it a think and decide, okay, what area do I want to focus on cleaning, sorting, and throwing stuff away today, and just add it to the list of 5 as an additional thing that I decided to do. But for now, at least, since I have, in my opinion, I have achieved all 5 items that I set for myself to do today. My reward of choosing is going to be reading and eating. Reading some of my nightmare book, but getting me something to eat, some actual food, because all I've had was a handful of potato chips, and my stomach is already growling at me and going, that ain't enough, and we're not going to go away, and we're not going to stop bugging you until you eat more. So I guess I'm out for now. I've decided to call my channel Janell's Paranormal. I hope that nobody else comes along and steals that from me. But even if they do, I mean, whatever. It's like I'll come up with another name, and then I will only list it to those that know me, that aren't going to take it away from me or use it somehow to their advantage and leaving me by the wayside. Okay. So I think I did pretty much everything I meant to do there. Right now, as far as a price on readings, because I'm just going to start out doing readings, and if I end up doing it over the phone, that's fine. If I end up doing it on here, if I get 100 likes, then I will try to do the daily angel cards, at least a couple times a week. And some of the times I might put 3 card meanings up. Some of the times I might put more. Some of the times I might only put 1. But if people don't like it, and it's not something that's going to get subs, then why do it? Doesn't mean that I'll stop, but, at least I can look back on this later and go, at least I tried. I tried something. I'm not in competition with any other witches. I'm just one of them trying to do my own thing. trying to be a spiritual guide, a positive voice for those that maybe don't feel they have one. But if I don't start getting some subs and I don't start getting some people to my channel, then all these videos that I'm taking all this time to do and I'm putting my whole heart into and trying to find ways to make them fun and exciting and, not boring, mundane, routine, same old, SHIT, different day. So same old caca, different day, as Omar would say. He says caca. I think that's really cute. So I did a lot of subs. I did Mo Sargi, I did the fam, which is James. I did Omar Gosh TV. I did Omar Gosh Family, I think, to prove that I am one of the devoted fans. And the window just popped across the screen saying that my battery is too low and I need to plug it back in. So for now, all peace, blessed be, love and blessings to all, and I will see you soon. Bye.